Hey there world, I'm the Courageous Goldfish, and today I am here to talk to you about my experience with ShopCider. So I found ShopCider through Instagram ads, which I think is how a lot of people found them because I guess they purchased a lot of ad space because that was all I was getting for weeks was ShopCider ads, and I'd never heard of it before. Usually I don't do a lot of online shopping, and if I do, it's usually brands that my friends have ordered from or brands that are well known in the kawaii community, but this I'd never heard of. But they marketed me this skirt and I thought, I have to try this and see. I ordered two things from the ShopCider website. I ordered this very cool pink denim skirt with the heart pockets, and I also ordered these very cool, very awesome purple corduroy pants. Obviously, as you can see, I did receive them in the mail. I ordered it around like the end of January, I think, and received it about 3 weeks or a month or so later. The reason why I waited so long to do this video was because I really wanted to put this through some hard wear first to let you see how it's aged. I've washed my denim skirt a couple of times and I've been wearing these corduroy pants all the freaking time. So they've been washed multiple times, and I can say before we get into any of the details that they have washed pretty well. Of course, as is with a new business, a lot of people were getting marketed this and were questioning whether or not it was a scam or anything like that. I think that that's relatively been cleared up by other reviewers, that your packages do in fact come and the clothes do in fact look like they are supposed to. So that's why I didn't really want to add my voice to the whole discourse unless I had something different to say, which is why we're here today, because I'm going to be showing you what I bought, showing you how it wore, what my impressions are, and everything like that. So as I said before, I ordered this kind of like end of January, beginning of February type of thing, and it came 3 to like 4 weeks after I'd ordered it. A lot of people were questioning the legitimacy of the company because they had ordered their packages and it hadn't come in the 7 to 10 days that it was stated. I believe at the time of my purchase, the website had said that regular standard shipping would come in about 7 to 10 days, and you could pay extra for express shipping to get it sooner than that. Obviously, it didn't show up within the 7 to 10 days. So in the back of my head, I did have a little bit of a, I don't know about this right now, because it said it was supposed to be here and it's been like double the time and still no sign, but it did eventually end up coming. I'm not sure what they say now for how long packages should take, but at that time it said 7 to 10 days, and so that's what I based it on, and that's a load of crap, basically. I've come to expect that because anytime that I order things online, it's usually from overseas, and so it does take about a month and a half or so to get to me depending on where it's from. So that's kind of the run of the mill for me. I could understand if you usually buy from places like American Eagle or Aritzia or something like that. They ship pretty fast and you would expect that kind of thing if it's stated on the website, but if you are wanting to get them within 7 to 10 days, that's not gonna happen. After I had ordered and all my stuff had come in and everything, I still followed the brand on Instagram, and I saw a lot of the comments were asking like, hey, I paid for express shipping and it's been like a month and my stuff still hasn't come. So I would say be leery of that. If you can, don't pay for the extra shipping, because I've heard, I haven't experienced, but I've heard that it is not reliable. And so I wouldn't waste the extra money on that. If you can wait, just send it in the regular mail and it should get to you within about a month or so. At the time that I ordered, it was a new company, and so a lot of people were still kind of questioning like, is this like a scam or not, or what is happening? And from what I can tell, the customer service wasn't great. And I don't want to slam them because I didn't have any first-hand experience with this. My package was totally fine and I had no issues with it, but I was seeing things in the comments that were like, hey, I've emailed like 3 times, here's my email, can I get a response back about where my package is at? I paid for express shipping, like it's been a month, you know. I'm not sure if they've rectified this in the present day because obviously, you know, as you grow as a business, you're gonna be growing and changing and getting better at things. But for the time that I was paying attention, it didn't seem like it was amazing customer service and the shipping was slow. So I would caution you against paying the extra for the express shipping. If you really do need it by a certain time, you might be able to risk it, but I would say that if you can wait, just pay the regular shipping and wait for it to come. As I said, I wanted to wait to do this until I had washed them all a couple of times just to see how they were wearing so that I could fully and 100% give an authentic review of the product. So that's enough about the service. Let's talk about the product. So obviously the thing that made me spring on this shop was this skirt that was marketed to me. And honestly, for the price of it, it's not that bad. Is it the highest quality thing in the world? No, it's not. But you also have to weigh the price against the quality of what you're receiving, which I did, and I decided that this was acceptable quality for the money that I paid. I believe that this was $19 US, possibly. Editing me is going to have to post a correction if I'm incorrect on this, but I think this one was $19 USD, which for the quality that I received is pretty good. The material is pretty soft and it's nice to the touch. It's a very nice kind of like denim-y, sort of like, not corduroy, but like soft denim. I'm not really sure how to describe what that is. Like cottony denim almost, which I think is very pleasing. I'm always a little bit worried about fabrics because I'm extremely sensitive to that kind of thing. I have sensory needs and so anytime a fabric is really gross or like my fingertips touch it and I'm like, ugh, I won't wear it. So in my opinion, pretty nice fabric. The stitching is pretty good, to be honest. Washed this a couple of times. There haven't been any loose threads or any stitches that have popped or anything like that. I know that some people that order off Shein are always like kind of expectant of really bad shitty stitching, but this, as far as I can tell, I have not had any problems with. The fabric is nice, the cut is nice, but I think the thing that lacks the most about this skirt is the hardware. The buttons look nice, and that's okay because the look is kind of the main thing. However, I do not know the best way to show you this, but the buttons are pretty loose. All of them do this. And this one in particular is kind of bent, so I think you'll be able to see it a little bit, that this side is kind of fine, and then this side is a little bit bent, and so it's kind of topsy-turvy on the actual thing. So when I first unboxed this, I thought, oh no, like I'm gonna put this on and then I'm gonna like sit down once and all the buttons are gonna come popping off and it's gonna be a disaster. But I have not had that happen and I don't think that it will. They look loose, they look like they're not attached very well, but the proof is in the pudding, and I have tested this millions of times, bent over, squatted, sat, flexed, done this, done that, and none of my buttons have even made a squeak. So I would trust it, it's just not the highest quality ever. You kind of can't really see me, can you? This is what the skirt looks like on. Give me 1 second and I will try to figure out a better way to show you what it looks like. This is probably a little bit ill-advised. Okay. But hey, this is what our skirt looks like. This is kind of precarious. I'm standing on my vanity stool, so if I just take a tumble, nice knowing ya. There's not too much to say about this skirt. Honestly, it's pretty much exactly what I expected. It's the same silhouette I expected, just a basic pink denim skirt. The pockets are really what sells it though, I think, so really stoked about these pockets. The one thing that I will say about this skirt is that it is a little bit short. So you can kind of see my full thigh tattoo here. For skirts and dresses, my rule of thumb is if you can see my whole tattoo, it's a little short for my preference, but That's kind of the style, is the really short skirts right now, and I usually wear this with leggings underneath anyways, and so I'm not all that bothered by it. Also, it does kind of make this look pretty good. Not gonna lie, I didn't realize that until just now. As far as the fit of this goes, I'm pretty happy with how it fits. I did look at the size charts before ordering my skirt and my pants, and so I'm actually pretty happy with the accuracy of the skirt's size chart, because I ordered the small and it fits me pretty perfectly, which is what I thought it was gonna fit like. Honestly, I have no complaints about this skirt except for the buttons, which we talked about before. Obviously, I am wearing the pants, so I can't take them off to show you, but the fabric is really nice. I'm not too mad about it. Again, it's not the thickest, most high quality fabric ever, but it's acceptable for the price that I paid for it. And honestly, if I have problems with any kind of fabric, like I said, I don't wear it. And so this is acceptable in my eyes. Same thing, the stitching has not come undone at all. The button on this one is a little bit better, but not super amazing. But I guess that's kind of what you have to expect, right? Because if you're getting a nicer fabric, like honestly, I'd much rather have a nicer fabric than have a very stable button, especially because I already said before that I've tested the buttons and they seem to be holding up pretty well. I'm gonna put the pants back on right now to show you, but I just kind of wanted to show you the button on this as well, because it's also pretty like, it does the same thing the skirt buttons do basically. But again, like I said, you know, I've sat down, I've squatted, I've run, I've done everything under the sun to make sure that these buttons won't pop, and I'm pretty confident in the fact that I don't think that they will. So minor downside, but honestly, I can't be mad about it. Especially for how much I paid. Editing me is gonna have to add in the prices of everything because I forget now because it was a while ago. But honestly, the quality that I got for the price that I paid is not terrible. These pants, like I said before, are probably my new favorite pants because they just fit really well with all the other things that I have in my wardrobe, and I really, really love the silhouette that it gives me. I'm gonna just talk about the sizing real quick for a second because it was a little bit funky. So right now, at this point in my life, I am wearing an American size small. And so I measured my waist and my hips and everything and used the size charts on the website to decide what size I was going to buy. And I would slightly caution you against doing that. In all likelihood, I don't know this for certain, but these are probably made with the regular Asian sizing and then are just converted by the Cider website into the American sizes that we think that they are. Do you know what I mean? And so these pants, when I got them originally, I was like, this is not gonna work. I struggled to put the button on. They were just way too tight and super duper uncomfortable. And I was like, no, this is a tragedy. However, I tried it. I said, I want to wear these pants at least once. I've passed the time of return. I can't return them. I'm stuck with them. I want to be able to wear these pants just once. And so I suffered. I suffered for the day, and miraculously, when I took them off at night, I went, hey, wait a minute. And then I put them on again, and I said, this is new. They stretch out. They stretched out. And so now that I've worn them like 10, 15, maybe 20 times, they fit me perfectly because they've stretched out to fit what my body is. And so I'm actually pretty happy with the fit of these pants now because they've stretched out to fit my body. I mostly wear these pants to work, and so that means that I'm standing a lot in them. I don't do a whole lot of sitting in them, and so they're still kind of tight when I sit down, but overall they have stretched out a little bit. And so if you get them and yours are a little bit tight, don't panic because I think that they will stretch out for you because mine did for me. Obviously, if I were to do this again, I would purchase the bigger size just in case, but we ended up with what we ended up with, and I'm honestly pretty happy about these pants, so I cannot complain that much. Hello, it is me, back on a different day, in a different outfit, because I'm irresponsible and I lost the outro for this video. Yeah, basically my final thoughts are, if you are on the fence about buying from Cider, I would definitely recommend it, even though the shipping time is pretty long and the quality of the items is not exactly what I expected, but for the price that I paid, it's overall not a bad purchase and I would recommend it, especially because they do have some really unique clothing. If you are interested in me, hey, hi, hello. I do post lifestyle videos on my YouTube channel pretty regularly, and so if you wanted to drop the subscribe just to see what I'm up to, I would really appreciate that if you would stick around. Even if you're not sticking around, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.